Most lifters mess up the most important rep of the set, the last one. They rush it, cut the range of motion short, or skip the pause just to get the weight up. But here's the truth. Your last rep should be the most technically sound rep of the entire set. And here's why. When fatigue sets in, your body will do anything it can to survive. It'll try to move the weight faster, cheat the range of motion, and drop all cues that you've been focusing on. That's because you're running out of cognitive bandwidth. Think of cognitive bandwidth like a funnel with a plug at the bottom. Once you start your set, you pull the plug. And with every rep, that bandwidth drains lower and lower. That's why it gets harder to stay locked in as the set goes on. And that's exactly why the last rep is the one that you have to earn. It is the most physically, neurologically, and psychologically demanding rep, which means that this is the one that you need to double down on execution, not loosen up. If you rush your last rep by skipping the pause or cutting the range of motion, you just grind it out, you didn't really earn it. And when you write that in your logbook and progress, you're building your progression on sloppy execution. And that'll catch up with you. Next week, it's going to get a little bit sloppier, and the week after that, it's going to get even more, and then suddenly, you're going to stall out. But if you keep your last rep as technically sound, if not better than the first rep, then you've actually earned the overload. That's what keeps progression clean and repeatable. So don't treat the last rep as the one that you're just trying to get done. Treat it as the one to showcase your best execution, because that rep is what really drives adaptation. And that rep proves that you've actually earned the right to progress. So make a mental note that every time you start a working set, your job is to make sure that your cues don't fall off, because inherently they're going to. You're not going to have the same cognitive bandwidth in the beginning as you do at the end. But it is your job as somebody that's trying to build muscle tissue to make sure that you do your best to make those cues happen. And even if you don't and it's not perfect, the fact that you're training your brain to do so will make a difference and will build different neural patterns. So as time goes on, you'll get more efficient at making sure that your cues stick during the later parts of your set. And remember, if our reps are being as properly executed at the end, like they are in the beginning, then we're truly efficiently recruiting the muscles that we're trying to target, and we're making sure that they are the prime movers and they are the ones that are the limiting factors at the end of the set. So remember, when it comes to your last rep, make sure it's strategically and methodically sound to ensure that what you're trying to do is actually being accomplished.